Mac and Rocker podcast. Yo.
What's up?
Nothing. We just had a lively conversation. Folks, you don't hear the great stuff.
Yeah.
The good stuff is before we hit record sometimes.
You have to make a cold open sometimes.
Yeah. Cold, right.
Yeah.
I bet the audience would get a kick out of that. And you can probably tell that Josh and I switched our background lighting up a little just to get in the holiday spirit. And Josh, what a great background you've made.
Yeah, thanks.
Man.
Thanks. No, kind of wanted to share some of that Christmas spirit.
I love it.
Know?
It really is my favorite time of year.
Yeah.
From October to December, I'm pretty much done with.
Yeah. I consider it holiday season.
It's just holiday season, man.
You got Halloween.
Halloween's so much fun. You know what sucks is it's all at the end of the month. We got to wait all month in October, all month in November, and then December. But we have one more week of work before we get some time off.
I'm excited.
One of the great perks about our company is we get we've always had the option to have Christmas almost at least a week, at least a whole week.
Yeah.
It's usually about 8. Counting the weekends, it's about 10 days.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm still debating if I want to take that Thursday and Friday off
before. I did. Yeah, so I get 16 days off.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm debating.
If you can help it, don't burn them up.
I know
that time of year, but I have a lot I got to do, right? When it comes to the business, I'm going to handle some stuff for my Scotty Rocker LLC.
Yeah.
So I'll be doing that, but I'll also be relaxing, believe me. Playing a lot of FortNite, stream the heck out of it.
I know. I haven't been able to play here recently, and it's kind of killing me.
Yeah.
I want to hop back in, and I'm not great this season, I'll tell you
this
that.
Season's
I'm struggling.
Hard. I talked to Tony Gilbert. Shout out to Tony. This is a shout out. I talked to Tony, and he said he was struggling with this season. And I talked to Allison. You remember Allison Hill on the North Campus?
I don't know.
OSP.
Oh, no.
And I think she worked in Building B for a while too.
Okay.
So she told me she used to play 40 hours a week.
That's pretty good.
And she was ranked.
Yeah.
She'd play ranked.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, she told me that the other day, and I was like, whoa. I was like, man, you were probably awesome. And she goes, well, I was pretty good. I was like, holy cow.
Yeah.
So I was like, man, I play, about maybe 4 to 6 hours, Saturday morning, Sunday morning.
Yeah, I'm lucky if I can get that much in a week.
Yeah. But you do a really good job with your streaming, with your live streaming.
I would try.
How's Twitch working out for you? Are
Not
you
bad.
liking Twitch?
Not bad. Yeah, it's fun.
Okay.
It's easy.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that. You can make a thumbnail. You don't have to make a thumbnail. You can just kind of go on there, hop on, be yourself, and hop off.
Okay. Well, you've always got your. I see your flyers, and then which are always great, by the way. And then you also have your gaming intro and outro, don't you? Yeah. See, so I do that.
Yeah.
I have my gaming intro.
Yeah.
And then game mode.
Yeah, I think it's kind of nice. I mean, you get something. You can get the stream started while you're kind of getting some things going and
and then and it's also a good way to market and advertise. Hey, follow me on Facebook and then or subscribe to YouTube, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I've got that on both the intro and the outro.
Yeah.
Or no, I don't have it on the intro. I have it on game mode like you do.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then but the outro it's got them both on there.
Yeah.
So I need to get Twitch on them. I'll have to redo. Of course, I got them saved in Canva, so I'll have to redo them, put Twitch on there.
Yeah. That's unfortunately, I already had a Twitch account that I had before, so I just went ahead and stuck with that.
Okay.
So it's actually my gamer tag that I have instead of the gaming with Mac that I had on on
gotcha.
YouTube. So I just I stuck with it, and
it's all good.
Brain synergy, I guess.
Sure. Brand synergy.
Yeah.
I like that. Can I record like I do when I'm not going live on Facebook or YouTube, Josh? Can I record in OBS and then put it in my editor and then upload it to Twitch? Is that possible? Do
you know what? I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. Because what I typically do is I'll just I'll stream, and then that'll save on Twitch, and then I can download that, and I can actually do some edits and then send it to YouTube.
You're right. So you could do opposite of what I just said. From Twitch. Yeah, and they do make it easy to stream on Twitch. I noticed that with OBS.
What's
very cool.
really cool is you can get clips. So if you're in the game and you're doing some stuff, and if you remember, you can hit clip, and then it'll automatically clip that, and then you can go back through and edit it, and then you can share it on all your socials and everything, which is really neat.
Now, being a 49-year-old fat dad, if I'm playing and I do something cool, is that when I hit clip?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, then what does it do?
So it'll automatically
goes back 30 seconds? Or?
Yeah. It'll go back like a minute or so, and then it'll have all of it. So give it a second, though. Don't be like, oh, that was awesome clip, because then it'll stop like almost right where the cool stuff happens.
Oh.
So if you're doing it, you're just kind of playing around, you're like, that was sweet. That was a good one, and then hit clip.
All right. See, I learned something there. I'm going to have to try that. And your shorts that you make are so funny. Everybody, if you're not checking them out on Dockside Digital Studios, make sure you check out Josh's shorts on his Facebook and YouTube. They are funny, man.
Yeah.
Especially when you put the, I'm not that big into the sports anymore, although they're always funny. But when you put the Family Guy stuff in there, it's hilarious,
I love,
man.
There's so
and
many
it's so
good
relatable.
Ones. Yeah,
when you do it, I'm like, oh God, yes, exactly.
I've got one where I think it was November 1st or something. Yeah, like basically Peter Griffin. He's throwing up ornaments and stuff and decorating.
One here, one here, one here, one here.
That's exactly how my wife is. As soon as
November 1st.
It's Christmas time.
Put one here, put one there.
Yeah, and honestly, it sounds like I'm complaining. I'm not.
No,
I'm not, because it really makes the house festive, and it brings the house. It makes it alive. I really like it.
I don't know
if does a good job.
Yeah, I know it's always dark when you come in, so I had the tree lit up, but then on my fireplace on the mantle, man, I got my little count things.
Oh yeah,
and I light them babies up. I just do it on the weekends until we're off.
Yeah.
So come next Friday, it'll all be on all week, all through Christmas and stuff. And oh man, I love it. But the problem I have is when I take it down, that first weekend in January is when it all gets taken down. I get depressed.
Yeah.
I get depressed. I'm like, oh, no more pretty lights. And I'm thinking, well, screw that. Just keep them up all year. Maybe we should just run lights all year.
Honestly, Govee has been killing it with the light thing. And it's not, they're not just making stuff just for Christmas. Like, they're doing a really good job. Of, like, you'll see a lot of the lights, and it have like the little pods that are shooting straight down, and you'll see them moving and all that stuff. They're made to keep up all year. And then you can do whatever you want with them. Set your mood. Yeah. Holidays, celebrate birthday. I mean, they have so many different. Yeah.
Festive, whatever. I've seen those.
Yeah.
I know it's here.
Yeah. They
just got to get my house hooked up with. I love lights, man.
Yeah.
Being a musician who cares about tech and not only playing but the stage, I love lights. In this time of year when all the darkness is lit up with the pretty lights, I'm like, man, this is which is what Christmas is about, the light, right? Having hope and salvation, and I imagine that's not a gloomy, dull gray light.
I miss the snowfall we used to get. We used to get some good snowfall, and then the lights and everything have just really sold it. Now it's
hit or miss now, right?
You get snow, but it just melts. And
back in the day, and that's climate change for sure. Whether it's man-made or not, I care less to argue about that. But it is real. Whatever's going on, it's real.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh man, give me that white Christmas.
I know.
And don't give me a polar vortex that's gonna freeze the nose hairs, You
can walk outside and my face hurts.
Yeah, why? Remember the meme? Why do I live where the air hurts my face? God, I hate that.
It's
I saw somebody say the other day, Josh, they're like, give me 100-degree Florida weather over freezing cold. And I'm like, yes, any day, I'll take it.
The humidity gets me too.
See, I'll take it.
I struggle with the humidity. I'll take heat. You put me in a desert and it's hot, I'm all right.
You're cool.
Yeah.
But the humidity, I don't mind it. I'll just, I'll put on a T-shirt. With the cold, it hurts my face.
Yeah.
Hurts my hands. My hands get so cold, Josh. I can't even wear gloves. You know, it would take 2 minutes. If let's say my gloves were sitting on the dash of the car, get warmed up.
Yeah.
If I put them on and I go out there, it's going to take 2 minutes. My hands are going to be freezing.
Yeah.
Just absolutely freezing. It must be a circulation thing, but it's been like that for years.
I mean, since I've lost weight, I've noticed, how much more the cold bothers me and the heat doesn't.
Wow. Yeah.
So, hey, nice side effect
cool.
there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the cold never really bothered me a whole lot. Like, it was uncomfortable, but now
I suppose
freezing.
the older we get, maybe.
Yeah. I know. Maybe it's karma because I used to always pick on my mom and dad. I go over there and it's like, what?
Well, my mom.
Yeah.
Make sure you have hat and gloves. Hat and gloves. And guess what I did when my kids were going out without me?
Arguing with them
hat
now.
And gloves.
Yeah.
Hat and gloves. And I used to tell my son, got a Riley story for you. He's going to be up. So he watches the podcast.
Yeah.
So, hat and gloves, hat and gloves. I tell him one day he's got this Ford Mustang, and they're no good in the bad weather.
They're struggle.
So I said, he's going to his girlfriend's house. I said, you go this way. You stay on the main roads, 13 to this road, and you can get right there. Okay. Well, he doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
And he spins out in the middle of the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Spins out, and he calls me, and I'm thinking, okay, he didn't tell me where he's at. I said, I'll just come find you off your marker on the maps there. And I'm thinking he's on 13, like I told him. No, he's not. And I'm like, what that? And I get there, no hat, no gloves, no shovel in the car, no nothing.
Yeah, no winter gear.
No nothing. In 5 feet of snow because he spun out in the ice. And I'm like, what? Do
you think
it was the riot act?
Do you think? I mean, I hate to be. Oh God, I'm gonna sound like the old guy. Do you think it's kind of a generational thing? Because we grew up, we didn't really have cell phones. If something happened, we were walking to the next house.
Yeah.
So I think it's one of those where we're just like, well, we better make sure we have a coat, hat, gloves, blanket, all that stuff, for the winter. Whereas now, hey, I'm out in the field.
Yeah. That's why I don't feel so bad if I see a car pulled over or maybe even stranded. I'm like, he's got a phone. She has a phone.
Yeah.
I should be a good Samaritan, but I'm like, sometimes you be a good Samaritan, you end up getting killed,
Yeah. Or you freak
do?
people out now.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, they're gonna. Yeah. Yes.
I hate to say it, but I'm always real conscious about that because anymore, everybody hears these terrible stories and stuff. So you're like, I want to stop and help, but I don't want to freak somebody out and make them feel uncomfortable. So you do the slow cruise by, which maybe is even worse.
Yeah.
You're like, are you okay? And they're like, yeah, okay.
Yeah. Well, let's hope they have a cell phone. That's my motto. And forgive me if I've driven past and you didn't. I would be okay if you drove past me.
I get all up in my head about it. I don't. Like, I always want to be the good person, but on the other hand, it's like, do I,
that one's tough sometimes.
Yeah. Like, would it make it worse if they put a sign on there that says, I'm not a crazy person, I really do need help?
Yeah.
In the back of their car, and you're like, oh, okay,
yeah,
I believe them.
You never know. Might be famous last words you read there.
Yeah. Or it could be a drone.
Yeah. Now good segue. So what I wanted, I hit Josh up on Facebook yesterday. I said, bro, let's talk about these drones.
I mean, I got a drone in the background here. He keeps popping up every so often.
I haven't noticed it. I saw Santa.
Oh, no, it's Santa Claus.
Oh, that's the drone, Nick. Yeah, that's a
Santa
really
drone.
Cool. Love the background.
Now, I mean, hey, it's Christmas. It's Christmas time, right? Are these drones? Maybe they're Santa Claus doing some work.
You know what would be nice if they were delivering presents.
Yeah, at one point in time when I started hearing about this, it's like, well, it is that time of year. Is it Amazon dropping some drones that we don't?
Okay, see,
but.
That and they would want that to be kept secret, right? So nobody else.
Somebody starts shooting them down and stealing the packages. Oh, drones,
2024.
Yeah.
What the bleep's going on over there in New Jersey?
Well, it's not just New Jersey anymore. Like
there's
people
states
in Pennsylvania. It's like the whole eastern seaboard is starting to kind of see some stuff happening. So. I mean,
and nobody wants to say. The government don't want to come out and tell us the truth. We got one guy saying, Iran's got a mothership. Listen, bro. Nobody on Earth has a fucking mothership, you asshole. Iran's got a mothership, and you're flying these drones. Number one, Iran can't afford shit. Number two, they don't have a mothership.
Yeah.
Who's got a mothership? The aliens from V's got motherships, and the dipshits from Independence Day.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I'm just. It makes me so mad.
He said it, and I was like, Independence Day? Like, where's Will Smith? We need Jeff Goldblum. That's what we need. We need Jeff Goldblum. We need.
Iran's got a mothership. I'm like
Randy Quaid.
You know what I thought when I heard that? That dude from Billy Madison, the principal says we are all now dumber for having to sit through and listen to that. In your someone voted for this idiot?
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's
Iran's got a mothership, and then the one guy in the government is like, oh, there's no threat to nothing. What is it?
Yeah.
Who's flying the drones?
It's a great question.
Bruh.
Yeah, it's a great question. And the thing I love, though, this is what I love. Everything keeps popping up UFO.
Oh,
and instantly everybody's like, alien. And I'm like, no. UFO, like unidentified flying object. We just don't know what it is. Like, that's what that stands for. It doesn't mean aliens. But
correct.
It's a very curious situation. But my issue is you see some of the video, and we live in a time where anybody that has a cell phone now can create some really cool footage.
So people are making it look like it's something way more than what it is, and it looks so cool. And I'm like, oh, if it was only real. Of course, every one of my guns would be in my hands.
You ever seen Hot Fuzz?
Oh yeah.
I end up looking like one of the guys from there. He's got all the shotguns on his back.
That'd be me probably.
No, it's very interesting to say the least, because again, nobody knows, nobody can tell. It's drones, it's helicopters.
Is it ours? Is it Russia, China? Maybe it is Iran with the mothership.
Or Amazon,
bleeping a-hole. Amazon. Is it? Maybe Tesla's got something out there, or
military testing stuff. Who knows?
They look like they're pretty big, sophisticated drones.
I mean, I saw one, and it looked like a bus just going by.
Yeah, they said the people that were the eyewitnesses were saying it's about the size of an SUV.
Yeah.
That's what they were saying. And then somebody said, oh, there are no drones. Somebody even said that, no, there's nothing going on. Nobody's seeing anything.
Well, the one that got me was somebody was like, yeah, it looks like a recreational drone. I'm like, it may look like it, but it is huge. You can't just buy some of these.
It's big. What if it's got, what if it's got anything in it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, it should have presents and crayons and
that'd be cool.
markers for the kids. Yeah. Did you ever read that book? I had an awesome teacher back in high school. His name was Mr. Corson. I don't think he's still with us, but Ron Corson, man, that guy was really cool. Way ahead of his time.
Yeah.
He played us the audio book of Everything I Need to Know I Learned in Kindergarten. And it was written by some liberal fella.
Yeah.
And but it was a great read. I loved it. As a matter of fact, listening to it, I went and got the book and read it. And it was really cool because we're talking about drones and maybe what's inside the drones, right? He says, well, wouldn't it be nice if we were flying over the Middle East with whatever, and instead of dropping bombs and whatnot, we dropped crayons and coloring books and markers to color.
Yeah.
And instead of blowing the hell out of a city, blowing a city to hell and back, we just painted the murals and walls. And he goes, oh, does that sound silly? This is in the audio book. The writer was, the author was doing the
he doing
audio.
the read?
Yep.
Yeah.
And he says, does that sound crazy to you? Does that sound silly to you? He goes, when I think about it, it sounds a lot better than than what we have now to drop on cities. And I'm like, yeah, why? So maybe these drones have crayons and markers they want to drop off.
That'd be cool.
I wish.
I wish. Let's share the arts.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. No, it's one of the things that I read, and again, it's the internet. It's you got to really, cut through it all.
Yeah.
But somebody's talking about how oh, they're just flying around, and the firefighters in New Jersey are being told that if one crashes, don't go near it, put on hazmat,
330 feet away,
call bomb squad, all this different stuff, and it's like, are they being told that? I don't know. If they are, I mean, that makes me kind of, are we just being cautious, or do we really know? I don't know. But it's fascinating.
Yeah,
Did you see the one that looks like a TIE fighter interceptor flying around?
Well, that's my favorite ship in the whole world, Josh.
It's what it looks like. It looks like one of the TIE fighter interceptors just flying around. Now, again, it could be a doctored video, but I'm like, whoa.
I wonder if George created that interceptor, because that's the sleekest looking
cool.
ship. That's my favorite ship ever.
Yeah. There's one that they showed, like an expanded universe, and I think it was in Rebels too. I can't remember what it's called. Defender? TIE Defender, maybe? Or something like that. It looks like an interceptor, but it's got, 3 wings.
3, yeah.
Looks really cool.
Yeah, they had that in Rogue Squadron. That's what you to beat the game, you had to take on a bunch of those. It was cool. Yeah. It was real cool. I prefer the interceptor, though. It just looks menacing.
It really does.
It's sleek, but menacing.
Yeah.
Like it, hey, we mean business. Yeah, that ship's awesome. I wonder if George, if I ever got to meet him, I said, George, did you create that, or did someone on your team create it? Because, boy, if he created, he had to have created half that stuff, right?
I mean, I'm pretty sure he had an idea for it and stuff.
Man,
Ralph
probably had Ralph draw it up, right?
Yeah.
Well, let's not let's not get too off the beaten path. Got us on Star Wars. Well, appropriate segue, right, with the drones. What if AI's flying these drones?
Oh, it's very possible. I
mean,
mean,
it is now.
They just took off, on their own.
Let's fly them and see. We'll pull a. Okay, what are they going to do?
Yeah.
Right. What are they going to do?
Yeah.
They didn't do much when that the balloon flew over.
That's my thing. The balloon, weather balloon or whatever, just kind of flies over, and we're just no big deal until it gets to the East Coast, and we're like, yeah, we better shoot it down.
Okay, now we'll shoot it down.
So the same thing's kind of going on here. Well, I don't understand. I guess they've been over like refineries. They've been over
bases
and different things.
Airport. They shut down.
Yeah, had
a couple airports in New York.
I mean, flying in and out right now, it's got to be terrifying, because one of those drones just.
What if it hits your big plane?
Yeah.
Oh,
so I don't know. I feel like. our authorities.
It's nothing to worry about.
Yeah, I feel like we're not taking an appropriate action on it, in my opinion.
Yeah, we got one guy saying there's nothing to see.
Yeah,
and then we got another guy saying there's Iran's got a mothership on the East Coast.
Chief Wiggum over there. Nothing to see here, folks.
Ralphie, nothing to see, Ralphie.
So it's I don't know. It's concerning. It's concerning because.
You got
There's
Chief
no communication.
Wiggums. You got Chief Wiggums, and then you got on the other side, you got that douche
the professor or whatever. The sky's falling.
You got the douche from Independence Day.
The
advisor that wanted to attack everything, blow everything up. He's the guy going, Iran's got a mothership on the East Coast. That guy deserves to get his ass completely just handed to him.
Yeah. I've seen so many comments.
Iran has a mothership that these sophisticated drones are flying out of.
Well, they came from China through Russia to Syria to then Iran, and the circle. It's like a Fibonacci sequence.
Oh, Fibonacci. Here's another podcast.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's fascinating. I don't think it's getting the coverage that it should, and we're definitely not getting the answers that
we would like to have. Because I think safety is involved here, especially when you're closing airports down. Come on.
My question is, how long until people start shooting them down?
I saw a video of somebody looked like he had an AR or maybe a 300 Blackout Ruger. Now, unless the video is doctored, but he was taking shots at it.
Yeah.
And
I can tell you this: once they start making their way this way towards Midwest, kind of more the middle part of the country, you're going to start
shoot them down. You know what?
Appalachia is going to have a fun time.
And anybody out in New Jersey that wants to, it's illegal.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, don't tell anybody. Shoot these damn things down.
Yeah.
If you're going to be cloak and dagger on us, the United States, which is armed to the teeth, shoot these things down and we'll send out the signal.
Yeah.
Don't fuck with us.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's only a matter of time before people just start taking matters in their own hands, and then it's going to be an issue.
I got one flying over my house. It's going down.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep. I'll shoot the damn thing right out of the sky.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's, I guess I shouldn't say that. I'd like to be big and Billy badass, but one like that, I don't know. I guess you can't shoot that down. You don't want it to land on somebody's house and blow up the house or crash into it and kill somebody. I guess I shouldn't say that. I'd like to, but
yeah,
I might have to edit that out.
Yeah.
The video I saw though, that guy he had a rifle, a semi-auto rifle, and he was taking shots at it.
Yeah, it's only. I mean, like I said, it's only a matter of time. Real. People don't have the patience for stuff like that. And,
we don't have the patience for an illegitimate government that doesn't want to give us answers.
Yeah. It's frustrating to see, zero real meaningful action being taken. I don't know.
What could it be? What do you think?
It could be so many different things.
Okay, too many to really.
Yeah, it could be a lot of. I mean, could it be some reconnaissance work from a different country?
Yeah, sure.
Maybe. Yeah. Could it be our own government testing out new technology?
Absolutely, sure. DARPA, Pentagon, you name it.
I mean, could it be entities from a different time, space, planet? Maybe. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
I don't know.
Looked like they had the lights, lighting on.
Yeah, which looking at the lighting, it's very reminiscent to what our
Planes
aviation and stuff
look like. Because a lot of people were getting confusing just regular planes and stuff. For.
But let's be honest. If it's another country trying to fly reconnaissance missions and stuff here, they're going to obviously take in consideration what we use for our planes and stuff. So that way, it's not as glaring, but
inconspicuous.
Also, you see these videos of these drones flying in packs of 10, 12, 15 in formations and stuff, and so
that's wild.
I don't know. My concern, I don't know what they are. I'm not an expert in any of that, but my concern is the lack of concern by elected officials and government officials.
The lack of concern in the want to, hey, we got to invade Iran or some country.
I'm hoping that's not what it is, because
there's no way it
really
is, dude. It is not Iran.
I really I don't know. We don't need any more of that.
What a jackass that guy. I tell you, Josh. Well, shoot. Well,
you know what's going to be funny, though?
What's that?
Ends up being a mothership from Iran.
Yeah, okay, then I'll eat some crow.
Then he's going to be like, I told you all.
Yeah, he was right.
No, I don't know. I try to keep it humorous and not really get too up in arms about it, but it's very.
What if they were flying over our town?
I know, that's my thing.
That would bother me a great deal.
I don't know. I've been looking in the sky a lot more lately, trying to catch a glimpse, but hey, there's a lot of things we can't answer, and there's a lot of things that are kept from us. I mean, just the fact that a few months ago that the Pentagon came out in court and saying that there are things that we don't know and that we believe and believe and know for a fact that are not from this planet.
Yeah. Thanks.
They live in the ocean, and
they live in the ocean. Okay, great. What kind of weapons they got?
It could be them spoon feeding us some BS,
just psyops and whatnot. Yeah, I hate that.
So, but I don't know. It's so frustrating.
Eisenhower and Kennedy both spoke about that type of deception, and that we need to be, careful and not allow it to get bigger. And it has obviously gotten to the point where they can do what they want, surveil what they want. Mm-hmm.
I mean, we walk around with cell phones in our pockets. I mean, I can literally. Well, this is one point I've got. I can sit here and talk about camping and wanting to buy a tent, and that phone within the next half
5
hour
minutes,
that I'm on Facebook or Instagram or whatever, it's going to have ads for camping and tents. But then our government can't tell us what these drones are.
Mm-hmm.
They're flying over refineries and cities, and
perhaps AI can tell us.
Yeah. It's I don't know, man.
When AI says, "Oh, it's nothing to see here," then we need to worry. Nothing to see here, rocker.
I mean, at some point, it's going to be like,
don't worry, Matt.
Space Odyssey.
That's
and,
nothing. Yeah, exactly.
Wally, where we're all just floating around.
Dude.
You know,
we might as well be Wally now.
Yeah.
We might as well just strap our fat asses in a seat, drink our 32 ounce.
Drink our
big gulp.
Big gulp. Yeah.
Dude, they nailed that movie so good. I'm like, oh my God, this is so disgusting.
Yeah.
To see the way the Earth turned out in that movie, and then to see all our fat butts, all these big space cruisers eating, drinking, not even standing up. I was like, oh my God, don't do it.
Yeah. No, that's.
And they made the robot so darn stinking cute.
Yeah, I love Wally. He's so awesome.
It's a great movie.
Yeah, Wally's fantastic. Yeah, it's a good movie. I don't know.
Great movie.
The older Pixar movies, man, they really know how to do it. Great storytelling.
Good writing. Mm-hmm. Speaking of movies, Josh, we watched my first Christmas movie of the season last night. Amber and I were doing a lot of cooking. We watched Home Alone.
Oh, 2 or 1?
1.
I watched 2 the other day.
I love 2. Yeah, 2 is one of my favorite movies. So I'll be watching that this season real soon, I'm sure. John Hughes, God bless him, may he rest in peace. They were so good.
That guy had a stranglehold, man.
They were so good. And in Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah.
One of the things I noticed last night about that movie, and I watched that in the theater. I watched that at Pickwick. Shout out to Pickwick Theater, man, in Syracuse. I watched that at Pickwick with my wonderful cousins, Sandy, who's she's older than I am, but her daughters were the same age. They're my cousins, you know. And Sandy took me to see that movie, and man, it was a great movie. But what I noticed last night was Macaulay Culkin. He narrates that movie. He's like broke through the fourth wall, where he's actually talking to us in a way, even though he's talking to himself. He narrates the movie.
Yeah, and
I was like, that's ingenious. So we were talking about Home Alone. The way Macaulay kind of narrated that movie, I thought was really cool. And man, that movie still is such a great movie.
Yeah, it's good.
And they had a kind of with the neighbor, the old man.
Yeah.
And him and Macaulay Culkin having that scene there in the church when the choir's singing. Well, he nailed it. They nailed it. Yeah. Nailed that movie, and it had such a good, you see at the end of the movie, you see his son came and is giving him a big hug, and then he's holding his granddaughter and whatnot, and wow.
Yeah.
Man, they do not write them like that anymore.
Have you ever seen the movies that made us on Netflix?
Oh yeah.
They do one about Home Alone, and it's very fascinating. The information and like the behind the scenes stuff that they do with that movie, because I mean they didn't know that was going to be a hit like they thought, and all the scenes inside the house were rebuilt.
Yeah, because
it's too small.
Well,
or the hallways and everything were too small.
So all the scenes that took place in the houses in that neighborhood, like with the wet bandits and whatnot, so they were all made in was it an abandoned high school in the gym? I think they cut them up.
Yeah.
And then, of course, they got the scenes of the neighborhood, and that all that snow is all fake. I thought I heard
shot it in like spring or something, and
I thought I heard Minty Comedic Arts. He's got an awesome YouTube channel, and he does the 10 things you didn't know about all these movies, right?
Yeah.
So Home Alone, and I think Minty said all that snow costs around $2 million. Okay. And when I watch it now, after hearing that and knowing it's fake, see, that's magic for you. The magic we can do with these cameras and the video editing. Yeah, no wonder these guys are good at this stuff, right?
Yeah.
So, and now it's a lot easier than what it was 30 years ago,
man,
right?
Yeah.
So anyway, knowing now when I'm watching it and the pizza delivery kids running through the snow and the guy shooting a gun and Marv and Joe Pesci, what was his character? Harry?
Harry. Yeah, Marvin Harry.
when they're running through the snow, it's all fake. And it's like, that is so funny. And then you can almost tell then, oh, okay, I see it.
I think that's where the Foley artists really shine when it's something like that, because you hear the crunch of the snow and all that, and you're like, that's snow. Because, it's a visual medium, but without that sound and the sound effects, if you ever watched a movie and then somebody's like, here, this is a difference music makes in a movie.
Oh, and just watched Return of the Jedi, the fight scene with Vader and Luke at the end of Return of the Jedi without any music. I was like, ooh, interesting.
Yeah. It doesn't have the same,
it's just, Yeah, those people that work behind, not just the actors in front of the cameras, man, everybody involved. Wow. Yeah. And how could they not know that wasn't going to be huge? How could they not? Because Macaulay was
he was massive at that time.
Massive. Mm-hmm. Who does not love Catherine O'Hara?
Yeah, she's
Tell
fantastic.
Me that woman is not just awesome.
Yeah.
She's like you know how they say, oh, it's a national treasure. She's a worldwide, because she's Canadian, but she's a worldwide treasure. She's just awesome.
Her yelling Kevin is iconic. It is absolutely iconic.
Awesome.
It's one of those scenes in both movies. You just I love that second one too, by the way. Yeah, and then of course John Candy, who ad-libbed every line he had in that movie. Yeah.
Is all him.
Well, he only did it for like $100 and a cup of coffee or something like that. Like
400. If even that, right?
Yeah.
John's. What more can you say? And then of course he does those scenes with Catherine, who they've known for years and years before that, because they worked together in Canada. On what is it, Second City? I think they call it.
I think so.
Something like that.
Maybe.
I think is that Second City or is that Chicago?
I think that might be out of
Second
Chicago.
City was Chris Farley. He was with that group.
Yeah.
Well, of course, a lot of them are. Well, whoever they have a group up there in Canada with Gene Levy and Rick Moranis,
awesome,
and Catherine, and then a couple others. And they had a name for it, but maybe it's not Second City. But and John Candy, of course, and Catherine O'Hara were part of that.
Yeah.
So anyway, and then of course, Daniel Stern and Joe Pesci. So Macaulay Culkin, hot as can be at that time, and so was Joe Pesci.
Yeah, Joe Pesci was huge.
The man.
Yeah.
Who didn't want him in their movies?
I mean, man, he was what? Goodfellas and the Lethal Weapon
Lethal
movies,
Weapons, right? And then there was a couple others where he was in that was just big around that time. So
yeah, he was good.
Yeah, man. So how could you not think? Like when Mike and I record and I hear these songs, I'm like, oh man, that's gonna be a big song. That's a great song.
Yeah.
That's gonna be big. That's gonna be huge. And if I was an actor like that, I'd be like, this is gonna be awesome. This is gonna be awesome. I guess I'd just be happy I was doing stuff like that.
Well, I hate to bring it back to Star Wars again, but
Carrie
Fisher flat out said she's like, this
Harrison Ford said,
this thing's gonna terrible.
Just
and
bomb.
They watched the opening premiere and they were just blown away. So,
and now look at it, 40 some odd years later. Now look at it.
Yeah. So I mean that's why you look at Christmas Vacation. It was another one. They were like, this is going to be people are going to like it, but so the director for Home Alone, Christopher Columbus, was set to direct Christmas Vacation, but him and Chevy Chase couldn't really get along, and so he was part of the movie, and then John Hughes was like, hey, look, you know what, I got this movie idea coming up. It's called Home Alone.
It's all yours.
Maybe we can get you on that one. And so that's how we got on that one. So, but,
okay, good to know.
Yeah,
good to know.
Christmas Vacation though it's one of my favorite movies. It's I still watch it every year.
Every year. And laugh.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it still makes you laugh.
You'll find new stuff almost every time. And
I saw that in Dayton at the Dayton Mall.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to say November. It might have been December. Yeah. But my mom and two or three of my cousins at the Dayton Mall down there.
See, my only thing is with these movies is that being growing up in the 90s, being a kid in the 90s, there are times where I'm like, man, I kind of wish we could go back to that time, little, the holidays seemed a little simpler.
Yeah. Simpler.
Maybe it's just because I was a kid and I didn't see all the behind the scenes stuff that mom and dad did. But
well, there's some truth to that, but look at the malls, Josh. Like I told you, we went to Dayton.
Man,
We used to go
telling
to
you.
the Dayton
Yeah.
Mall, and the train was going.
Mm-hmm.
There were candy canes and
Yeah.
kids waiting in line to see Santa Claus, massive Christmas trees. I'm sure every mall was like that. It was so special.
Yeah, I miss that. I mean, you could even go to Walmart, and they had decorations and stuff up. You had the bell ringers for the Salvation Army out there, and just everything felt more like the holiday, like Christmas. And I don't know. We went down to Orlando a few years ago for Christmas. Kind of that was our Christmas gift to the kids, and
very cool.
we kind of figured let's make some memories instead of buying gifts that they'll play with for 10 minutes and go right back to an iPad or video game or something.
Word.
So that's what we did, and I'll tell you, I had more Christmas spirit and vibes down there
Seriously.
than I did here. I mean, there was absolutely no snow,
No,
and at times it was 80 degrees, and other times it was 60. But they had everything's decorated. All their shopping spots are decorated. Their parks are decorated. Everything is just decorated, and you feel like Christmas everywhere you go.
Like when you was younger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I lost a lot of the joy for a few years, and it was since I've had kids now, so 15, 16 years, even though Riley's older.
Yeah.
But that's helped, and now I kind of lost the joy, but I try to get it back. I watch the movies, I decorate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think about those times when I used to go to the Dayton Mall.
Yeah.
I think about my family that's gone now, the ones who were monumental to make you feel good and have a good time.
Yeah.
This time of year, well, all the time, but especially around these holidays, right? My grandparents and aunts and uncles, just wonderful, wonderful people. Even my great grandparents down in Georgetown, Kentucky. We'd go down there. I got to spend a few Christmases with my great grandparents, and a real tree, right? And then remember the big bulbs?
Oh,
John?
yeah.
They'd have like popcorn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not like we have now where kids make the ornaments and you hang what your kids made.
Yeah.
I still have tons of Scarletts, a couple of Rileys. And, my great grandparents, they had the big bulbs. Of course, half of them were broke because they're probably 20 years old at that time. And this is 1980,
Can't find them anymore. And,
they probably had those from the 60s.
Yeah.
But they did it, though. They put that stuff up there, and they'd always give you nice little gifts.
And,
Gifts that really
going right
mattered.
back to Govee, like you mentioned the lights. They've got lights now for your trees that you can put up there, and then you can control them with your phone.
I saw
and
that.
I'm just like, what? No.
Yeah, I plan on getting one next year. Our trees is 10 years old now,
Yeah.
so it's starting to break.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think we just got one like a year or so ago. So it's
you got a few more years.
Yeah. I mean, with an extra string of lights though.
Well, yeah.
But
we're gonna get one of those though.
I'm with you. Like I think a lot of it, and it's grown up problems, I guess. Work. Once I really started getting into the work life outside of school, and you get into real jobs and stuff. You don't see the decorations at work. It's just a job. You come in, you do your thing, and you get out. You don't get the schools don't do as many programs and stuff. They don't do all the lead up and the parties and everything like they used to. So, and I get it.
Things progress.
Yeah.
Sometimes not for the better.
Yeah. So it's
up to you.
Kind of one of those. But yeah.
It's
I
within
agree.
you, Josh. We have to keep it alive,
Yeah.
and just like our grandparents did and our parents did.
Yeah.
We have to keep it going for our kids, and hopefully they'll follow suit.
Yeah. Yeah. We just gotta make it fun.
Is he all right?
Yeah, he's down there playing.
Good.
But yeah, we just got to keep it fun, keep it lighthearted, not let the hustle and bustle of the everyday life bring it down. And, me and my buddies, we used to go. We'd make plans every year, and it would always end up being either the weekend before Christmas or the weekend of Christmas, kind of thing. Where it would depend on where Christmas fell, we'd go. So we'd always go up to Fort Wayne and we'd go to the malls and do any kind of like little shopping and stuff that we had for family and whatnot. And we'd just go up, have a great time, spend 4 or 5 hours, grab some dinner. It'd be, it started off with just 3 of us, then it was about 5 or 6, and then it kind of started to slowly dwindle down because everybody's, grew
busy.
up and busy.
Life happens.
But I do miss that. Getting together with friends. I mean, we'd had great times, man. Just laughing.
And enjoying the company. Yeah.
Yeah.
Life gets you, man, especially when you start having your own family and stuff. It's just a circle of life.
Yeah.
But try not to let too much time go by, I suppose.
Yeah.
My circle's very small, and we don't communicate enough.
Yeah.
If you ask me.
Yeah, I mean I think that's the downside to it. You don't mean to. You never mean to.
It's not anything out of hate or I fell out with these guys. It's nothing like that. It's just family and time with family. And a busy work schedule. And
and then I think that's where social media is great. You do get to kind of keep in touch and see accomplishments and different things. And
there are total pros and cons to our social media environment, and I always try to make the best out of it. What my Facebook is for encouragement, for motivation, for I believe in you.
Yeah,
I believe that you can do it. I'm happy for your success.
Yes,
I will cheer your success on and try to help you become successful.
Yeah.
I will do all those things.
And I think that's a big thing. It's like, look, I may not reach out all the time. I may not like every picture you put out there, but I'll tell you, just know every time you succeed, I am incredibly happy for you.
And right there with you.
So it's don't ever, kind of mistake my absenteeism for not caring, because I get it. We're all busy.
Yeah.
We're all busy. And
some people don't spend a whole lot of time on social.
Yeah.
I'm using Facebook as a business now, so I'm on there quite a bit. And if I'm going to be on there quite a bit, I'm going to try to make the world a better place.
Yeah. Yeah. I try. And I think that's, the goal is to lift up the ones that you care about and, wish everybody success.
Yeah, for sure. Man, what a great podcast, Josh.
We touched on everything. Drones, Christmas.
Yeah. I'll edit all that out. Christmas, Home Alone, social media. I want to give a shout out to Ron Harmon.
Yeah, Ron.
Ron's a big fan and a good friend, and he's always supporting everything that we do.
Yes, yeah. Yeah.
Whether it's Mac and Rocker or Dockside Digital or Scotty Rocker, the brand there. So thanks,
appreciate
Ron.
it. Yeah. No, it's awesome. I appreciate everything.
Yeah, we really do.
I enjoy the memes too that he puts up there. So
he finds the best. He puts them up there, and they're just fantastic.
Yeah.
And what happens is you relate so much to those memes.
Yeah.
You feel connected to the people posting them. Is that weird?
No, not at all. Because it's like, hey, I'm not alone.
I'm not alone.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, yeah. Man, that's a great segue to end the podcast.
Yeah.
That is true, folks. You're not alone. You always got Mac and Rocker.
Heck yeah.
So thanks for tuning in. Yeah. Please like, subscribe, and share to the YouTube channel. And we have social media coming very soon. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Appreciate it, everybody. Thank you for watching.
Yep. Peace.